Working in a small building with 3 wings often means quiet evenings, but what happened one night changed everything. It was just my coworker and me wrapping up our tasks when we heard a door loudly shut in the hallway. We exchanged confused glances before cautiously investigating, finding nothing out of the ordinary. The next few weeks brought late nights as I tried to catch up on work before the winter break. During these solitary hours, I began noticing strange noises echoing through the empty hallways. A faint sound of a shoe sliding on the floor when I knew I was alone. Even the janitor, who usually kept me company during my late shifts, started getting spooked. She claimed to hear doors slamming in deserted wings, despite everyone else having left. One night, we decided to investigate, only to find all doors securely locked. However, the kitchen light was inexplicably on, sending shivers down our spines as we realized it had been turned off before. As I delved deeper into these odd occurrences, I discovered I wasn't alone in experiencing them. Other coworkers shared unsettling tales. A room's decorations mysteriously rearranged, and even a solitary footprint imprinted on a desk. While part of me hoped for a paranormal explanation, the thought of a lurking presence within our workplace sent chills down my spine. A mild white-collar paranormal activity indeed, but its implications left me unsettled, preferring the unknown to the sinister reality of a human intruder. It was a Halloween to remember, filled with the kind of mischief and mayhem that only comes with adolescence and the thrill of a neighborhood egg fight. As opposing factions clashed in a flurry of shells and yolks, I found myself darting into the shelter of the nearby woods, seeking refuge from the chaos. As I ducked behind a tree, I watched the tumultuous parade of my peers pass by, their faces illuminated by the eerie glow of jack-o'-lanterns. But amidst the frenzy, one figure caught my eye. Bill, ensnared by a stubborn branch and struggling to break free. Without hesitation, I sprang into action, rushing to his aid as he wrestled with the unforgiving foliage. Our eyes met, and in that moment, I glimpsed a genuine terror reflected in his gaze. Offering my assistance, I helped him extricate himself from his leafy prison before darting back into the fray. The following day at school, rumors swirled like autumn leaves, whispers of strange occurrences and unexplained phenomena. With each inquiry, I responded with a nonchalant yup, playing along with the mystery that seemed to surround me. But it wasn't until Bill approached me with a grave expression that the truth began to unravel. His recounting of the events sent a chill down my spine. Apparently, I had appeared out of thin air, a spectral presence materializing to lend a hand in his hour of need. As he shared his tale, I couldn't help but laugh, relieved to dispel the eerie aura that had shrouded my sudden appearance. Yet, beneath the laughter, a lingering sense of curiosity lingered. What mysterious forces had conspired to grant me this peculiar ability? For a time, I found myself the unwitting protagonist of a ghostly tale, a spectral enigma weaving through the fabric of our suburban folklore. And though the truth may never be fully understood, the memory of that Halloween night will forever haunt the corridors of my mind. In the desolate outskirts of Mennonite country lies a warehouse that harbors a secret that has haunted me since the day I stepped foot inside. My father, ever the opportunist, purchased the warehouse at a fraction of its cost from a farmer who seemed all too eager to part with it. Little did we know, we were about to unravel a mystery that would defy all logic and reason. As I toiled away alone in the vast expanse of the warehouse, I couldn't shake the feeling of unease that lingered in the air. Strange noises echoed through the empty halls, and an eerie stillness settled over the building like a shroud. But it wasn't until that fateful day that the true horror of our surroundings revealed itself. It started with subtle disturbances, a thud here, a screech there, that I brushed off as mere quirks of an old building. But when the thuds grew louder, the screeches more pronounced, I knew there was something sinister at play. The door locks, inexplicably reversed, served as a grim reminder of the darkness that lurked within. One evening, As I worked diligently in the front office, the thudding grew closer, accompanied by an unearthly screech that sent shivers down my spine. I tried to rationalize it away, attributing it to the presence of woodland creatures or drafts. But when the door to the secondary office slammed shut with violent force, I knew there was no denying the truth. With a sense of dread gnawing at my insides, I watched in horror as the door handle began to turn of its own accord, the door swinging open to reveal nothing. No tangible presence, no logical explanation, just an overwhelming silence that seemed to suffocate the very air around me. Desperate for answers, I sought solace in the company of my father, hoping his presence would provide some semblance of safety. Together, we ventured into the main warehouse, where we were met with an eerie scene of untouched dust and silent machinery. But it was the sight of a lone handprint atop a swaying light fixture that sent chills down our spines, a chilling reminder of the unseen forces that lurked within. As the building trembled with an otherworldly force, my father urged me to leave, to forget about the horrors that lurked within those walls. And though I may have escaped with my life, the memory of that night continues to haunt me, a reminder that some secrets are best left buried in the shadows. In the quiet town of Ritzville, Washington, nestled beneath the star-studded sky, a young boy's innocent slumber was shattered by an encounter that would haunt him for decades to come. I was that boy, just 5 years old at the time, unaware of the sinister presence lurking in the shadows of my childhood home. As I lay in my bunk bed, the soft glow of the nightlight casting ethereal patterns across the room, I felt a sudden urge to visit the bathroom. But as I prepared to throw off the covers and embark on my nocturnal journey, my gaze fell upon a sight that froze me in my tracks. A tall, dark figure looming ominously at the foot of my bed. Its form was grotesque, a towering silhouette with an oval head that seemed to stretch from one end of the bunk bed to the other. Two piercing yellow eyes glared out from the abyss, sending shivers down my spine. Standing at an imposing 6 feet tall, its charcoal skin appeared warped and lumpy, radiating an aura of malevolence that filled the room. For what felt like an eternity, I remained transfixed, unable to tear my gaze away from the ghastly specter before me. The very air seemed to thrum with an otherworldly energy, suffusing the room with an oppressive sense of dread. With a sudden surge of terror, I threw the covers over my head, seeking refuge from the chilling sight that had invaded my sanctuary. Beneath the safety of my makeshift shield, I trembled in the darkness, my heart pounding in my chest as I awaited the dawn's salvation. Morning brought little solace as I awoke to find the closet door, normally closed tight, now gaping wide open, a silent testament to the night's harrowing events. When I recounted my ordeal to my mother, her reaction was unlike anything I had expected. Instead of dismissing my fears as mere childish imagination, she acknowledged the gravity of my experience, a silent acknowledgement of the supernatural undercurrents that permeated our home. In the weeks that followed, nightmares plagued my restless slumber, each one a vivid tableau of torment at the hands of the shadowy figure that had invaded my dreams. Though I have not laid eyes upon it since that fateful night, its memory remains etched into the fabric of my being, a chilling reminder of the darkness that lurks just beyond the threshold of our perception. Winter break during my freshman year of college led me on a harrowing journey through the back roads of northwestern Pennsylvania. With New Year's festivities behind me, I embarked on a late-night drive back home, hoping to beat the dawn. Cruising down Interstate 79 in the dead of night, the desolate highway stretched before me, with only the occasional headlights piercing the darkness. As I rounded a bend near Grove City, a chilling sight emerged in my headlights. A massive black bear stood defiantly in the middle of my lane. Instinct took over as I swerved, my car careening off the road and crashing into the dense tree line. The impact left my vehicle a mangled wreck, but the bear showed no signs of remorse as it vanished into the woods. Stranded in the wilderness with no help in sight, I dialed 911, clinging to hope as I awaited rescue. Minutes felt like hours as I stood on the desolate shoulder of the highway, the eerie silence broken only by the rustling of nearby bushes. And then, emerging from the darkness, came the source of my terror, the enraged mother bear, seeking vengeance for her injured cub. With adrenaline coursing through my veins, I sought refuge in the safety of my car's trunk, grateful for its sturdy construction in the face of nature's fury. For what felt like an eternity, I braced myself as the relentless bear relentlessly assaulted my makeshift sanctuary. Its primal fury, a stark reminder of the fragility of human existence. Finally, the distant wail of sirens heralded the arrival of rescue, sending the bear fleeing back into the depths of the forest. As the flashing lights illuminated the chaos of the scene, I breathed a sigh of relief, grateful to have survived the most terrifying ordeal of my life. And as I shared my tale with others, I was astonished to find that many hailed from the very region where my brush with danger had occurred, a testament to the shared experiences that bind us together in the face of adversity.